Hey guys, Craig and John with the Live Outside. We've had so much interest in John's trailer, a lot of questions that we just don't have the time to get to, and particularly about the kitchen and the grill and all of that. So Sherry is making us broccoli and cheddar soup. We're out in the middle of Vermont National Forest for a few days, so we're going to take you through the details of the kitchen and how it works, and we'll even show you how to make the soup.
She's chopping broccoli, chopping broccoli.
First thing I want to do is just get some prep done so that it's easier once the charcoal's going and the Dutch oven's on fire. I don't want too many stems because it's too much texture in the soup.
So while Sherry's getting the prep work going, I'm gonna get some charcoal fired up. Everything here is on hinges, so when we get to our campsite, we can just open it right up. So we swing out the grill. This table comes up real quick. And our grill swings out, and then we've got a couple gas burners with our 11-pound propane tank and our Pilot Rock model campground grill welded on here.
We're here with about 8 of friends and family came on camping with us. I put 8 crowns of broccoli in here. This should feed about a dozen people, but I always make too much and we're hungry and cold. Those
of you who use charcoal, if you haven't used one of these Weber charcoal starters, they work really, really well. No chemical smells. Usually 2 pieces of newspaper and fill it with charcoal. That's all it takes. In this case, I got a couple paper towels, and a bag. That's it. And this will start. Craigle's got me a present, and it's even got a butane insert. Live outside.
Next thing I want to do is get the carrots. I don't bother peeling them. I just cut the ends off and then I'm going to shred them. I used about 5-6 carrots for this.
Craig's a woodworker. He was kind enough to make us a chuck wagon box, which Sherry loves because it makes it much easier for her. She loves cooking when we're camping. It slides right in the door and we take it out, and a little block of wood here to support the table. It works out really nice. This door actually forces these closed, so it locks everything up. We set it down, then we have access. And then she has another, we have a table with us today, but she has another table to work on when we need it.
Next thing I'm going to do is dice up some onions. I'm not sure how many. I gotta cut them up first and see how it looks. So I ended up using 5 sweet Vidalia onions, and I like those much better. They're much sweeter. So I have 3 pounds of mild cheddar. I'm going to shred up. It melts faster, easier, and I like to save a little to sprinkle on top afterwards.
All right, we're ready to preheat the 16-inch cast iron Dutch oven. So let me get this charcoal going here. Gotta do another batch of charcoal because she's making some dinner rolls in a separate cast iron pot. And I want to try out this propane because this might be an easy way to start this without the newspaper.
First thing is a whole stick of butter. While this is melting, I'm going to add the onions and carrots to soften them up and get them ready. I just added about a half a teaspoon of pepper. And you got to go easy on the salt because the cheese is really salty, so I like to not add the finishing salt till the end. Probably another half a teaspoon. Not quite enough butter, I'm going to add another half a stick. I'm going to add some flour to make a roux, about a cup. I want to get all the flour cooked down, and I want it to look like this. It's kind of pasty, but once we add the chicken broth, it'll get sucked up. Now the chicken broth. So I gotta stir this, it's gonna absorb and get thick. I'm gonna let it come up to temp, and then I'm gonna add some more. I'm probably gonna end up using somewhere around 4 4 boxes of broth today. I don't want any lumps. So first off, I used a low sodium chicken broth because, like I said, the cheese is really salty. I don't want to have it too salty. And right now I'm making sure there are no lumps before I start adding the broccoli. Gonna add some milk. It's been came up to a boil and simmered for a while. The broccoli is tender. I'm using whole milk. It does 2 things: makes it creamy, but it also lowers the temp a little bit. If you add the cheese when it's too hot, it'll make it kind of grainy and separate. I'm stirring in about 2 to 3 cups. Next is the best part, adding all the shredded cheddar. I'm gonna add about 1/4 of it at a time, just to let it work its way in so you don't end up with a big chunk in the middle. I'm saving some cheese for sprinkling inside the bowls. Just looks good on top.
Oh, that's awesome, Jerry.
Thanks.
Remember, guys, plan your own adventure and be alive outside.